Zadrian Smith, and I am here with Miss Enovia Bedford, the beautiful Enovia Bedford. And today we're continuing on speaking to jewelry designers who are here on campus at the Fashion Institute of Technology. So let's talk about growing up in New York City, such a creative outlet for fashion, for the industry. Growing up here is amazing. I wish I could have grown up in New York City. I grew up in Savannah, Georgia. But for you, how did that help develop the Enovia Bedford woman, who she is today?
Well, when I was younger, like every weekend, we spent it at museums.
Wow.
Or like at some kind of art gallery or just someplace in the city being involved in art. So it was like I was really shaped that way. And it's so funny, recently I meet up with my classmates from elementary school, and we had a project, and I think it was the 3rd or 4th grade.
Okay.
And we had to create a book from A to Z. And like, it could be about anything. So kids in my class did medical terms, and like somebody else did dinosaurs, and somebody else did something crazy, and mine was accessories from A to Z. And I found it, and it's like K for Karopi, J for jellies, and I was like, maybe I always wanted to do this, and I just didn't know.
You didn't know. I think creative people always have just such crazy stories, but I mean, coming to FIT, here we are, the Fashion Institute of Technology, being immersed with so many great people. It's daunting. Wow. I mean, sometimes you go to class and you're like, wow, do I really measure up? Am I doing the right thing? How do you keep staying focused and staying true to your vision and not selling yourself out? Because I feel like a lot of people come here sometimes and they sell themselves out. They come here their freshman year and they're like, you know, I want to do this, I want to do that. And then by sophomore or junior year, they've completely changed. And you're like, what happened to that initial vision? You've just...
Yeah, that is very true. Honestly, like, try and tune it all out. Like, some kids like to walk around class and see what everyone's doing, and I'm like, I don't want to know. It's good for inspiration and all, but, like, it does get
You got to block it out.
And you do really have to block it out.
I mean, not to say that you can't learn from your peers, but you have to learn. You have to learn, but also be able to learn and sift through small elements that you could possibly use to grow what you're doing.
Exactly. That's exactly what you need to do. It's like you don't want to ever seem like you're emulating somebody else.
Exactly.
And you know, you want to stay true to who you are, and it is kind of hard because it's easy to get swayed.
So tell us about Accessory Remix.
Well, Accessory Remix initially started with these glasses and a lot of other things. I just like to take random parts and make them into fun stuff.
How did you even, you know, I think it's so funny talking to jewelry designers. A lot of people just stumble along the craft. And you have a very interesting story because you interviewed to be a receptionist. And talk to us from being a receptionist to being a jewelry designer to having your pieces all across the United States. Tell us about your journey.
Well, I went to this company that was really close to my house. And I interviewed to be a receptionist, and I called the woman like every day, and I was like, can I have the job? And she's like, it's taken. I was like, listen, I need a job. I just graduated from high school. And I was like, you gonna give me a job? So she was like, well, I do have a position open in the design department, like sending samples and giving the item's number. And I was like, cool. Like,
I'll do it.
I'll do whatever.
I'll do it.
So as I was doing it, like I started getting familiar with a lot of like mainstream companies like Mandy's and Target and all those kind of companies, and I would see what they would make, and I would start playing with beads, and the head designers were like, oh my God, that's so great, what vendor is it from? And I'm like, man,
that's me.
I can make jewelry. I was just playing on my lunch break.
Talk to us about the importance of just networking, because that's how you are here now. I mean, just you never know who you're going to meet, when you're going to meet them, and how you're going to get where you are today. And your story kind of starts with networking.
It does.
Talk to us about networking.
Is like one of the most important things. Like the things that you think are important. Like I have to do this, I have to do that. You have to talk to people.
Exactly.
Like because you never know
for some people
that's
so hard. How do you?
It is.
And especially if you know it's somebody of importance, how do you do it? You just do it.
Say hi.
Just say hi. You're like, hi, how are you?
Hi, my name is, or else you find something that you know you have in common. Like a lot of the things that I do now when I do meet people and I want to connect with them, like, you know, whatever draws me to them, I have to find some kind of connecting ground. And as long as you have that and you're just confident, and you just do it.
You just do it. You just go for it.
Say,
and
hi,
you
my
found a
name
very
is.
key word. You have to have the confidence, because in an industry where there's so many people, it's so easy to get lost. And it's such a saturated industry, you really have to stand out. And I think Accessory Remix stands out. First, let's talk about the name of the company. Where did this come from?
I don't don't know. I just fricka everything I touch. But yeah, no matter what it is, it's like, one day I was like, I wish that I could express myself on stuff. I'm gonna make earrings out of chalkboards.
Wow.
Like, I just...
Now, wait a minute, because you guys don't know that these earrings are actually chalkboard. I mean, so creative, so innovative, so not done. Inspiration, where does it come from? Who inspires you? Music, artists,
everything.
culture?
It's so sickening.
Really?
Like, in my BlackBerry, in my memo, it's just stuff. Like, I just write, like, one word, and then I'm like, and I go home, and I'm like, well, I'm going to do this, and I'm going to do that, and I'm going to do this. It's so crazy.
So, tell us, at FIT, what has been the one thing that you'll always remember for the rest of your life?
When one of my professors went to my website for the first time. Yeah, my professor, Anthony Glenn. He is an amazing drawing designer. Everything he does, front and back, is done. Like, if it's a class, the class will have a stone that a frog is holding. He made a ring that has a stone in it, and the setting is hands like this. And on the setting is a tiny another ring. Like, he's amazing.
Wow.
And he went to my website, and here I don't make anything like that. And he pulls me out of class, and he's like, you know, I went to your website, and I think it's great. He's like, I loved it. It's so you. And he's like, you know, you really have a niche. Like, this is really a good thing for you.
Where do you source your pieces? I know you said you combine a lot of different pieces and bring them together. Like,
Yeah.
do you utilize, like, where do you get your pieces from? Like, is there a specific place you go, or you just kind of pull from everywhere?
I kind of pull from everywhere. Like, I do a lot of shopping in the city.
Okay.
You know, 47th Street has Metalliferous, so I go there for, like, my chain and stuff like that. Then there's Toho on 6th Avenue. There's, like, a lot of, you know, sometimes I just see things. I do a lot of shopping at the Salvation Army.
Okay.
Because they always have great pins.
Yes.
And earrings for me to take apart. I'm always looking for what I can take apart.
Okay.
Like,
kind of like deconstructing it and reconstructing
Yeah.
it with the Accessory remix aesthetic and the feel and the vibe. 10 years from now, Enovia Bedford, what is she doing? Where is she living? Yeah. We're going to go straight to a decade.
10 years from now, I'm in my mid-20s.
Okay.
So hopefully there'll be some little, you know, little miniatures running around.
Okay.
And a nice
So you do want to show?
and a husband.
Okay.
Yeah.
Would you design your own wedding ring?
It's designed.
And that's all for Real Talk today. No, just Enovia. Okay, so wait.
Like, there's a lot of stuff happening.
So we have we have the babies. Wait, okay, so
We
finish
have
telling us
the
about the 10 years.
husband.
Okay.
And by that time, I want to have, like, my full service kind of girl organization set up.
Okay.
Because, like, jewelry's not going to be forever. So I want to do it in the inner cities where, like, young girls can have a place to go. Even from the ages of when we're about, I say 12 to, like, in our 20s, there's nothing for girls to do that's free.
Yeah.
Like, boys go play basketball, boys go do this. Anything that girls do is, let's go shop.
Yeah,
Let's go get
that's
something to eat.
yeah.
Let's go get manicure. Like, we're always spending money. So I just want to have a place, you know, where girls can come. There'll be, like, cooking lessons and self-defense and, you know, talk to younger girls. I'm going to teach at the Harlem Children's Zone in Manhattan. I'm going to teach a...
You're doing that now?
Well, I'm going to start in a couple of weeks.
Okay,
really
okay.
excited. And when I went to speak to the girls, like, they were in awe because they're like, you know, they grow up in the projects.
You're such a great role model.
Oh,
Such a great role model. Novia, you are just giving me so much energy. You're giving me so much, I mean, your innovation and your creativity, I feed off of it, and you're very inspiring, and I just want to thank you so much for just being who you are. Like, it's good to see people who are real and people who are following their vision, and that's why I brought you onto the show, and I had to have you come and tell the students at FIT. This is what we have. This is what FIT produces. FIT produces students like Enovia Bedford. These are very comfortable. See, I like this because nobody would do this, and I would just be on the train like this. Like, I'm in class now. If the kids are giving you too much in class, I'll just give them very much. I don't want to see your face. Very versatile pieces. You can do face, you can do necklace, or you can take a piece off and then turn it into